We're going fully online, so everything pretty much is the same as it's been. We have our syllabus and it has the assignment calendar. You've been uploading discussion boards every week and also submitting them to Safe Assignment. You've been replying to each other on discussion board, and you're in groups. We're on GP2 right now, groups 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And group 1 presented for week 8. That's what this is. So next week is week 9 and so forth. Again, all the assignments, all the groups listed in the syllabus, in the assignments calendar. So pretty much nothing has changed. But unfortunately, I've really enjoyed our class time together, and I'm going to miss that. That's disappointing. I was so happy to see how your groups were working, you're interacting so well with each other, and it was fun to be in the classroom with you. So I'm disappointed, but that's the coronavirus for you. And we're going to make the best of this anyway. You're still reading each other's stuff, writing, doing your group work, peer editing, right? That's always due 2 nights after after that group presents. The papers always are due for the group work. They're always due at the beginning of our normally scheduled class time. By the way, I'm also going to put announcements. I'll be doing that regularly. Always check those, of course. Always check your email. That's really going to be important. I'm just expecting you're doing that. So, if you miss something by not checking that, there's nothing I can do about that. Hey, another thing with some issues now, the same as before. You always back up your work, right? You never know when your hard drive is going to go, and I can't take those sorts of excuses, or really I would have no deadline at all because anybody can tell me anything, and I can't verify anything. So you just have to back up your stuff. Thumb drive, the cloud, whatever. But yeah, really important that you are looking at your emails and announcements. I'll be checking my emails regularly, and I'm going to give you my phone number. So I'll probably hand that out or announce that Monday late afternoon. So you'll have that to reach me. If I happen not to catch the call, of course I'll call you back. But what else? I'm going to be more active now that we don't have the classroom, which I especially enjoy. So instead, I'll interact with you like on discussion board. Mainly the way I'll interact will be just in a positive way and not so much about content. I'm not going to be, challenging your views or anything like that. But mainly just pointing out exemplary discussion board posts, hoping that the rest of you then will read those as great models and things that are really on target for the subject. The other thing I'll want to do is when it comes to the discussion boards and to the journals, I will read over all of them for the class, taking notes myself, and then not directing them toward you personally, but using that as a springboard for what would have been my, lecturette in the classroom, where I am feeding off of not your classroom comments, but the comments on discussion board, and using that as a way to interact with you all. Sometimes I'll do that through probably not video because you just see my bald head and my, looking up my nose like that. So I don't think I'm so photogenic. So I'd rather do it by audio. But you'll have the audio of me responding to your discussion boards, the substance of it, but as a group, not singling out anybody. And same thing for your journals then. So we have 10 journals total. You've done 5 of them. So we got 5 more to go. And I already posted the one for next one. That is week number 9. That's next week. Right now, this is week 8. So you have that journal already. And I won't necessarily always give you videos to watch along with them. So like the one for next week on narcopaths, I gave you a bunch of questions to consider. Maybe you want to look up some videos on that topic or podcasts or, articles, whatever. because you're only writing 2 paragraphs for the journals. Those are like tangentially related topics. Kind of think of it as the salt and pepper, along with what we normally discuss, the meat and the potatoes uh, of your what you found interesting from every chapter that was due for that week. So anyway, I'll also read over all those, and then I won't target anyone specifically, but I'll make notes and give a podcast and or a blog that I will put up. So that will be my way to interact with you, since we don't have our classroom. But you're still interacting with each other. You're also doing that, of course, in the groups. So we're on group presentation 2. Group 1 presented this week. Now, for those classes meeting Friday and Saturday, since technically the college canceled those days, you know what? If you get those in by Monday night, this coming Monday, before midnight, then I'll accept those. Same thing with the discussion boards, right? But the way that I'm going to respond to your group projects for GP2 is I'll be using that rubric. It's on about the last page of the syllabus, or the second to the last page. And it's that detailed rubric. Now, I wanted you all to be starting to do that with each other, but since we didn't have class time to go over it first, maybe that's too detailed for you to worry about doing. So instead, if you continue doing what you did for GP1, which is simply editing each other's work, especially relying on the color codes, those 4 colors listed at the bottom of your syllabus. So mainly that. So I'm not expecting your, and then you put cap locks on and you make brief comments, whether you're saying wordy, too much personal pronoun, or, or maybe you want to get into the content of it. That would be interesting. Making substantive comments on the topic that they're discussing, but I'm not expecting you to do all that. I'm mainly just wanting you to identify for your peers, hey, with these 4 colors, the directions, of course, that's critical. And now that we've been through GP1, I'm assuming everybody knows the directions. I know that's a very detailed debate outline that you're following. It's given in the syllabus. But by now, you've been through it 5 times. So now I'm expecting, you understand that for GP2. And so I'm grading, a lot more stringently for GP2. And so I'd certainly expect everyone understands the, how to do the outline, following the directions. Now you can really help each other a lot in your group and save each other's grades. Because if somebody wasn't following the directions on something, let's say for their thesis statement, they gave some general introductory paragraph, and the thesis is super broad and not even interesting. Well, if you pointed that out to them, to your peers in your group, you're doing them a big favor, right? So don't try to spare anybody's feelings by sacrificing their grade by not helping them, because others hopefully are helping you. So with your group project, with this GP2, all your 5 groups, really you should peer edit each other's stuff before any of you submit it. And again, just like always, you're submitting it to the discussion board so that all the other peers in your class are able to see it and edit it. You know what? Give them a break. Don't submit it in PDF, because then they're going to have to try to format it in some other way so that they can edit it, right? So, sometimes if you submit in DocX, that's perfectly fine. Safe Assignment accepts it. I never said not to. But a little catch, though, you're going to have peers in the classroom who will have their software is not updated. Maybe they don't know how to update it. So you'd be doing them a favor if you just do it in doc or text. Something that, however old your software is, you're going to be able to open it. The way that I'll grade you then is I won't post it for everybody. I don't want to show each other, show all of you your grades. Now, like I've said before, if you want to share your grades with others, that's great. I encourage that because I don't want to be, a kind of professor that you have to feel that you have to please me personally to where you think you're saying what you think I want to hear, which, by the way, you probably don't know anyway, because I will put on different hats, and you might think that I'm believing something because of my expressing it, but I don't. I'm trying it on for size to challenge you for a purpose. So, anyway, I don't want you to have to worry about how you think that I'm going to grade based on the content. So, just write, honestly, as always. And yeah, I encourage you to share each other's grades to hold me accountable so that the way that I grade, basically you follow the directions, you have decent writing, stylistically and mechanically. Now, on GP1, I let a lot of stuff slide. I'm not letting it slide here, but still, I'm just talking good writing. I'm not talking incredible, fantastic, like everything's got to be superb in order for me to hand out an A. I'm not saying that. But it has to be good at writing, stylistically and mechanically, right? If you have sentence fragments, if you have, several different topics within a paragraph, if you're roaming around restating your same points, don't really even have an argument, those are real problems, right? So when I'm grading you down on anything like that, it'll be obvious that those are problems that you should have addressed with a good peer edit, hopefully through your peers in your group or I understand that the college is going to make lab hours available, tutoring available. Those details are still yet to be known. But anyway, avail yourselves of those things if you need them. So run your paper through Grammarly at least. I mean, my goodness, if you see blue and red highlights on your writing, let's say you're doing it in Word and you see that, well, you certainly should have fixed that, right? And by the way, Grammarly, as I've mentioned before, that's free. You can, like on Google Docs, it's right there. You can use Google Docs. Grammarly is with it, free. Scaled down version, but it's helpful. So certainly at least do that. Well, anyway, if you do that, decent writing, stylistically and mechanically, yep, follow the directions. Certainly expect you know how to do that by now. And good faith effort. So, it doesn't seem like you're just kind of blowing around an idea, lightly prancing around it, and no serious thought involved. I want to see that you worked on it, that it's a good faith effort. That sounds kind of fudgy, but it's pretty easy to show if a paper is, a good faith effort or not. So, you do those things, you got nothing to worry about. Don't worry about what you think, I think. Who cares? You don't do those things, then yeah. Starting now, GP2, I'll grade a lot tougher. And then the way that I'll submit your grades will be using that new rubric on about the last page of the syllabus, very detailed, and but I'll submit it to you personally so that nobody can see your grade. But yet I encourage you to share your grades so that you know that you got nothing to worry about and I'm grading you fairly. So we still, I've taught online, many times before, and it has its advantages. Especially like what if you're a quiet person? You're shy and you have a hard time. You're maybe very nervous about reading your paper in front of the class. Well, now you don't have to. Woohoo! So, and you're able to present through your writing. So maybe you're going to like this better. The only catch, of course, when you go on to online is you don't have me reiterating this stuff. I am right now, but if you don't follow your announcements, you don't look over your syllabus, the syllabus calendar, you don't read your emails, you start thinking this is, oh wow, vacation started early this summer. Then you get yourself in big trouble quick, right? So that's the warning. Definitely stay in tune here. And feel free to give me a call if you need things more verbally. Sometimes emails are so, I do my emails very direct. I don't banter on. So, I think we can have a good semester, and you all know each other already. That's fantastic. You all have everyone's email, right? So you go to that top left of our Blackboard. It says right there what you know, your groups are. So you all know what group you're in. You've already been working in your group, right, for GP2. And in that group, you have everyone's email. Of course, on top of that, you go to your general tools. You have everyone's email in the whole classroom also, right? So you'll be able to stay in touch with each other very easily. You're posting on discussion board, you're replying to each other's stuff. You can communicate that way too, somewhat. So yeah, I think this is, it's a good way to teach. Lots of colleges are doing it, and of course, all over Michigan now. Calvin College, Aquinas, GRCC, just everywhere. My son, while he was studying at the NAC in Rome, and yeah, all went online. So this can be good. It's over and out.